New York energy. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it.
This is the Ozone, season 2, we taking flight. New York on lock, every borough ignite. Giants, Jets, Knicks, Yanks, Mets, we the hype. Malik, Sauce, Jalen, Judge, Lindo, NY Life. MetLife thunder when malignant bars break the rail. Giants running routes, ops fall, we prevail. Sauce Gardner locked down, jet fuel in his stance. MetLife heat beam, Jets defenders advance. MSG vibrate when Jalen Brunson start to cook. Knicks light the garden, ops shook when he looked. Pinstripes roll, Aaron Judge send rockets over Bronx. Bombs drop, Yankees prime, real talk, no cons. City feel glow, Lindo make that leather sing. Met bats knock, Queens dreams gon' always ring. From the bridges to the streets, uptown blackout. Season 2, Ozone, NY Heat, no doubt. This is the Ozone. Season 2. New York, forever drills. Catch the vibe.
You have entered the Ozone with Omar and Dave.
Let's go, baby. We are here. And we're 1 year from the official pilot. This is the Ozone. This your boy O here. I'm excited. We're wearing the same gear. Well, I'm wearing the same gear. Same shirt, same hat from the pilot. A lot of things to talk about in this episode. Unfortunately for our New York Knicks, 2 of our very big pieces in our starting 5 is out. The Jets lose to the same team over and over and over again. We got Sleepgate, where Giant players are falling asleep in film practice. But you know who never falls asleep? It's the best co-host in the business, super producer Dave. It's a new week. It's your year older. How are we feeling?
35 for you folks, not 40 like Omar said last week. But I'm feeling older, but I'm feeling good. My guys, Patriots, we won. And, Jets fans, yeah, this was a long years for you guys. But anyways, yeah, we won. But we have to get onto some pressing matters because our boys, they're hurting. I'm not, but they're hurting.
Yeah, well, the Knicks, they suffered some 2 bad injuries from the last time we all met last week. So let's get into it. This is This Week in Knicks.
This Week in Knicks.
All right, y'all, this is This Week in Knicks. This is where we cover the New York Knicks. And, brother, we had a good week. The Knicks did go 2-1 last week from when we recorded. They did lose to the Orlando Magic. But the most, the pressing thing, as you said, is that we lost Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson is out. Grade 1 ankle sprain. So that's actually good news considering it did look bad. And then 2 games later, or was it the next game? The next game, we lose OG Anunoby, quad strain, and that was announced on Monday. No, was it Sunday? It was announced on Sunday. If you follow the Ozone on Instagram and everything and Twitter, you would have known that. So OG, obviously, brother, Jalen Brunson's day-to-day. OG, it's going to extend. He's going to be evaluated in 2 weeks. It's a quad. I'm going to be honest. I could definitely see OG being out a month minimum.
The quad injury, that's what you're expecting. These are guys who are moving on their legs all the time, so that's kind of like par for the course. Honestly, and you hear me preach this all the time, rest our guys, let them rest as much as they need to. Don't get them out there sooner than they need to. And this is the opportunity that we've been speaking about in other segments, hopefully not from injuries, and we do say that we want the injuries early than later. But this is the time that you want guys to step up. You have guys like Landry Shamet showing why he's a player that you want to re-sign and bring back. This is the time that you need Mikal Bridges to step up, Karl Anthony Towns to step up. You need that leadership to show you, like, okay, 2 of our guys are down, but we can still fight. The Knicks are 8-1 at home right now. So, you can see that we're doing really good to start the year. So, let's get it going.
Yeah, no, 100%. And now you mentioned that the Knicks did recently just have a 7-game homestand. And the Knicks were 6-1. Obviously, they lost to Orlando, which was the second of a back-to-back. So that was a little tough one. But all in all, you would take you would take it. And the Knicks have been scoring buckets, man. This offense is clicking. They've scored 137 in the homestand alone. They scored 128 against the Bulls, 119, 137, 134, 133. 107 is when they lost to Orlando, but then they dropped 140. So that this offense was starting to click, man. It was rolling. We lose JB, but like you said, brother, it gives an opportunity for guys that may not get the opportunity with OG. And you talked about it, Shamit definitely took advantage of the moment. He had 36, a career high on Friday. He lit it up, man. He lit it up. He had his moment. And then you look at guys like Josh Hart. Josh Hart play the bigger role. Obviously, we know how pivotal he is to the offense. I'm not saying that. But Josh Hart's going to have to do a little different things when we're missing guys like OG and we're missing. And then, what's the funny part, though, bro? Mitchell Robinson is still on minute restriction. So you're almost down 2.5 guys. 2.5 men, like the TV show. You know what I mean? So it's like, Mike Brown stressed this in the beginning of the season. It's about using depth. He said, you're going to see a lot of guys, and now he's being tested. He's going to have to play the DORs. He's going to have to play maybe Huckamania a few times. He's going to have to tap into Tyler Kolek, Pacome Daddier. And that's a good thing. And as you said, brother, it's in the beginning of the season. You will much rather go through this now than to face these issues in March and April.
Yeah, and we're not going to pretend like this is something we can expect from Shamit all the time. Like you said, this is a career high. He's never done this before, and I'm not counting on him to at least average even half of that. 36. Okay, fine. Average that while Jalen Brunson's out. But I don't want to do the math. Omar, you're the mathematician here.
Honestly, I would say realistically, Shamit's going to give you good defense. If Shamit can give you 9 to 10 points, couple threes, and that's just hitting maybe 3 or 4 threes. You know what I mean? And play good defense. No one's going to make up for the production of Jalen Brunson and OG. But if you get it, is you have that next man up mentality. If you're getting maybe 9 to 10 from Shamit, Deuce minutes goes up. Deuce gives you now maybe 16, 17. Clarkson gives you about the same. Hart gives you the 9, 10. Now you're adding that up, and you're going, okay, this is the production that Brunson and OG would give us. Now, the thing is this, you mentioned it. I got to see more from Bridges. I'm watching a game on Friday against the Heat, and I actually tweeted, this is probably the reason why Mikel's had the last Kith shirt to sell out. Because it's like, bro, you got to step up, my man. You know what I mean? And he's been having a good year in his role. He looks a lot more comfortable in the offense. But now that Brunson's going to be out, and right now as of this recording, we airing Wednesday. The Knicks are going to play Dallas tonight. I wouldn't be surprised if Brunson is going to play, because Brunson was shooting around. He has traveled with the team. He's day-to-day. He was shooting around in Miami, and he looked pretty good. Now, obviously, that's different than, in-game and moving and game speed, but that's good to see. But, yeah, those guys got to step up. I'll say this, though, brother. This schedule, although there are some bumps in it, there are some tough teams, these are very, very winnable games, even with Brunson and OG out. I'll say that.
Yeah, and I mean, that's what I guess if there's anything to look at the bright side with all these injuries that are happening, that is the bright side. There are winnable games that we can win, and then also that I don't want to keep on emphasizing this because I seem like I'm playing a broken record, but it is early in the season, so this is kind of the things that you want to see from your team.
Look,
so
people are looking at standings. People are looking at standings right now, especially Piston fans.
Red hot start, Twitter, red hot start for Cunningham. But Pistons fans, please, temper your expectations.
Yo, my man, bro, get over it, too, bro. You lost to the Knicks. You were not winning that series. Yo, bro, it is insane. It's insane. Twitter with algorithms and now, because people in Detroit just have the Knicks name in their mouth for no apparent reason. They're on, I think, on an 9-game winning streak, and they just continue to just talk about the Knicks. And mind you, they have not played the Knicks yet this season. But let's just see how things are going to go. I think the Knicks will be all right now. Right now, as of this recording, they are down 2 to Miami. I think this is a very winnable game considering Cat hasn't even played well. So I like the Knicks standings. But let's pop up the graphic, brother, of the week, just the week remaining. They got Wednesday tonight, 9:30 against the Dallas Mavericks. I want to say this, and that's because this game's on MSG and ESPN. I don't know if anybody from MSG Gotham is watching, but you have the worst app in the history of apps. Brother, I don't know if you ever try to access Gotham app. It is the worst. It's going to make me have to buy League Pass. You know that? Yeah. Because, as much as, we love IPTVs, when it comes to the Knicks,
Allegedly.
I hate to watch them on IPTV. I don't want to watch my Knicks with any sort of lag. And then I don't like to hear the road announcers. So it's like, I'm going to have to get League Pass because Gotham sucks. Let's just put it like that. They won't let me put my cable subscription. They suck. They're the worst. They are the worst.
I'm using alternative methods, allegedly.
Well, the alternative method sometimes doesn't work all the time.
Yeah, I know. Luckily, mine's has been good, but
no, mine is good. Don't get me wrong, it's good, but it's just when it comes to the Knicks, I am like, I need it. I don't want any possibility of a lag.
It's my Knicks, and I need it now.
Yeah, exactly. So, and then obviously they finish off Saturday against Orlando, which that's going to be a tough one. I would hope at least maybe we could get Brunson back for that game, because I do want to get back for them beating us at the Garden. I don't know if they'll have Paolo though, so I think Paolo will probably miss that game. Are you going to that game, brother? Are you going to that game by any chance? Or
I'm not going to the game, but I think I'm going to try to show up at the KFTV bar.
Oh yeah, that's right. They do got they do got. I'll tell you this though, brother. Like even if you're not going to the game, like those watch parties are like those meetups are dope because even people that don't have tickets to the game go to those hangouts and they just hang out and chill and it's a great time to great opportunity to network and stuff like that. But that's right now, guys. But you guys let us know in the comments below. You let us know how you guys are feeling about the Knicks. What's your I would say your worry meter from 1 to 10 when it comes to the injuries between OG and Jalen Brunson, and which player you think we need back the quickest? I think we all know what that answer is, brother. But but let us know in the comments below. You might have an OG. You might have somebody that can argue, hey, we may need OG a little bit, more than Brunson. Nah, you won't get many, but you might get some.
You won't get it from us. You won't get it from us.
You won't get it from us, but I know there's a compelling argument, though, that you could make for OG.
I'm not arguing that. I just say that you won't get it from us.
But it won't be. You ain't going to hear it from us. We need the captain back, especially when you got guys like Davion Mitchell, the Timu version of Donovan Mitchell, who, this guy he's got a big mouth knowing Brunson's out, but when Brunson's on the court, he's lighting his ass up.
I'll be quiet. When he come around, I'll be quiet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's got mind control. When he be leaving, he talk again. But you know who's not talking and who's sleeping, brother? Is apparently the rookie sensation, Abdul Carter, the man can't stay awake. So we got a sleep gate on our hands. Let's get into it. This is the Big Blue Breakdown.
What do tigers dream of when they take a little tiger snooze? Do they dream of mauling zebras or Halle Berry in her Catwoman suit?
All hail the New York Giants!
All right, y'all, this is the Big Blue Breakdown. This is where we cover the New York Football Giants. And, brother, we've had Deflategate, we had Spygate, and now we got Sleepgate. Because news going around, Abdul Carter, well, obviously Abdul Carter, Giant fans, he missed the opening drive. He did not start the opening drive against the Green Bay Packers. And people were wondering why. Like, what's going on? Obviously, that had to be some sort of disciplinary measures from interim head coach Mike Kafka. So, it came out Monday morning that Connor Hughes was able to confirm the story that Abdul Carter was benched. This is Connor Hughes from SNY. Was benched for the first drive for Sunday's game after missing walkthrough sessions during the week leading up to the game. Carter was asleep inside the team's facility during the walkthrough. Yeah. So Abdul Carter obviously is hearing all of this, and he goes, he was not asleep. He was actually doing recovery. Nonetheless, that's on me. So, obviously, and then more come out about Abdul Carter. Alex Wilson we want to give these guys credit. Alex Wilson of Empire State's Media went on to say that Abdul Carter apparently has been late to all team meetings, and it took until week 11 for Mike Kafka to become head coach for consequences to happen. So apparently, from, Abdul Carter's been late to all these practices, and Brian Daboll's allowed this to happen. Now, my thing is this. What the hell, I get it, top 3 pick. You a damn rookie. I don't know what the hell Daboll was thinking when you giving these guys, I get it, superstars get superstar treatment. Anybody who watches sports know that. You accept that. But when your ass got a half a sack, you barely doing nothing on the field, the only good thing that we can talk about is that you're getting pressures, which means you're not even able to seal the deal, and your ass is coming late every week, and then you had the balls to request for Lawrence Taylor's number before the season. And you know what, brother? You take that kind of behavior when you out here busting your ass like Brian Burns. When you got 13 sacks, you out there damn near hitting the quarterback every snap. But your ass is getting pancaked and ain't doing nothing, and you out here missing practice, reporting late to practice. And then my thing is, okay, so that's on him. I don't even give a damn about Daboll because Daboll's not even there anymore. So I can understand if Daboll was there. But then my thing is, where's the vets? Where's the vets? Where's Brian Burns? Where's Kayvon Thibodeau? Where's Lawrence? Where's the vets telling this kid, bro, you can't do this? And then my third one to blame, which I want his ass out, I'm hoping he's fired by the time this episode's aired, is Shane Bowen, the defensive coordinator. I don't understand how the hell he still has a job, brother. I don't know how he still has a job. The damn Giants suck defensively. Their pass rush, their rush defense, they're last. Total defense, they're 30th in the league. Points allowed, they're 29th. Turnovers forced, they're tied for 31st. How the hell does this guy still have a job? And then you letting guys come in late? Rookies at that? The Giants are a poop show, brother. They're a poop show.
I mean, brother, you ethered them right now. I don't know what to say about Sleepy Carter.
Carter's crazy.
I don't know. This is a big thing that we've been talking about all year, and I can't. This goes back to the last segment where I sound like a broken record. There's no accountability on this defense. There's nothing that shows you that Joe Shane is a competent GM. Because this is also something that the GM's going to see as well. You all right? Kafka started last week, or this is his first week coaching, right? That's his first head coach gig. But you are a GM. You see what's going on. You go to your practices. You see how your players are performing. The fact that your rookie is showing up late. Yes, there's leadership that also needs to step up because you see the vets and they always talk about it yo, there's no way that I'm letting it happen. This guy right here, doesn't matter if you play offense, special teams, if you're the fifth string player, you're not showing late because he's going to put you in your place. So this is the things that get you upset when it's just all right, so my whole team is just not showing up, right? And I get it, yes, players are showing up to practice or whatever. I'm talking about actually showing leadership, showing that this actually matters to them, that this isn't just a check, that they're not, because granted, yes, all the players are there for a check. Granted, all the players are there to make their names bigger so they can get a bigger brand or whatever. But the fact of the matter is, you also play for a sport. You play as a team. You do this for each other. You do this for your fans. You're not showing up to practice on time. That affects everything else. You're not playing great. You could do that if you had, like you said, 13 sacks by Brian Burns. It's not what you were even close to. So, and even then, you're a rookie still. So. Right. This is like I want this season to be over for you guys just because it's been miserable for you guys. It's just been injuries, and now you got this, and it's just one after the other, after the other, after the other, and it's just like, yo, like, get it together, Carter, please. Like you need to understand, like, you can be dropped. NFL is very easy to let their players go.
Well, I'll tell you this. If Jalen Hyatt ain't been dropped, and Jalen Hyatt, if you watch that Giants game, gave up on that last route, and Jameis Winston is getting goofed on for that interception to end the game. That wasn't on Jameis. That was on Jalen Hyatt. You gave up on that route. That was an out route. You knew what that was. And Jameis Winston threw the ball where it was supposed to be, and your ass was in there. And I'm gonna be honest, brother. And Jalen Hyatt's still on the damn team. Don't know why. Isaiah Hodgins, we done got him, re-signed him after, I don't know why we even let him off the team in the first place. He's coming in, and he's already playing. He's already had a bigger impact on the game than Jalen Hyatt. Had a bigger impact than most of the wide receivers on his damn team. I guess the only silver lining about this is that now I think somebody won. I think it was maybe Tennessee. Somebody won. Where the Giants are now, they went from third in Tankathon to second. So now we got the second overall pick. So, I guess that's a good thing. But let's talk about another bad team. And unfortunately, it's another bad team that plays in the same damn building. They lost to a familiar foe. And we're going to talk about it. This is the Gang Green Report.
Whoa, what's this? Nope.
Is that a Jets mask?
Yeah, it's a Jets. I'm a Jets fan.
You're a Jets fan?
Yeah, they're the worst.
Unbelievable, me too.
Every year they lose. You think they're going to make
it? It's awful. My friend killed himself.
Like, better off.
They're responsible for murder. They should put them all in prison.
All right, y'all, this is the Gang Green Report. The Jets dropped, man. After the Jets won 2 in a row, they went Thursday Night Football. They had an opportunity to not I would say make Jet fans feel a little happy. You know what I mean? They got a little bit of joy. Aaron Glenn, they got the win, and then snap back to reality. Playing the New England Patriots, they lose 27-14. It looked promising in the beginning, brother. I'll say that because the Jets did score in the first drive, and it's like, oh snap! And I'm gonna be honest, I got you guys defense, and I didn't play y'all because I was just like, the Jets, they kind of, they kind of scored some points the last couple games. I'm like, you guys are coming off a short week, a big game, This is why I thought the Jets had a shot. New England was coming off a very big win against Tampa. At Tampa. And brother, we watch sports, and this happens in all leagues. Basketball, not so much baseball, because baseball more are series. But basketball, football, where it's like, you get that game, and it's such a high, and then that next one against a bad team, that's like a trap game, because then you end up stinking up that one. You know what I mean? Like, And that's what I thought the New England was going to get. I was like, a short week, I could see maybe the Jets possibly stealing one from them. And that wasn't the case. After the first drive, it looked that way, like, holy snap. All right, the Jets might come in, but then, the Jets, same old Jets, they go on and lose to your Patriots 27-14.
Look, snap back to reality, Jets fans, after the 2 wins. There goes gravity. Look, I want to say something real quick. And it's actually talking in a good light. Right? Justin Fields.
The Jets? Oh, okay.
Justin Fields has only thrown 1 intel in this season. And it's a number that I truly think I wouldn't be saying at this point in the season. You're already up a few games in. We're in week 11. and you guys have only had thrown one intel. He's thrown for 1,259 passing yards, 7 touchdowns, but the Jets' passing offense ranks dead last. Now, just like you guys are struggling on the Giants with wide receivers, I think that that's the same problem here. Garrett Wilson's has been out, so the Jets are hurting as far as the options that they have around Justin Fields. I'm not saying he's right because we've seen some of the. This game was a highlight of how many duds he throws to the field, from Fields, but. There needs to be a change, and this is where you would hope with those draft picks coming up for the Jets that they are looking at quarterbacks. Now, hopefully, maybe not this year because Archie Manning is probably like leading candidate,
I think they are going to get a quarterback. I think they're going to get a quarterback,
and he keeps just demoting his ranking as far as where he's going into this upcoming draft.
I think he's staying in college. If I was him, I would stay in college.
I agree. So I would hope that he stays in college and he just gets another year out of there. But Jets fans, you have a draft to look forward to. I'm sorry for the rest of the season. I've said it since early on this season. You guys have been eliminated. So I would say at this point, you want to just see if this is the time to play your rookies. This is the time to play people that maybe don't get as many opportunities. This is the time to see what you have around you so you know where you can go and build for the following season. On to my Patriots. I think coming into the season.
Next segment.
Coming into this year, I told you my hope was that we win more games than last year. Well, Vrabel has already shattered those expectations for me. Last year we won 4 games. This year we already won 9 games. So clearly he's done more than I expected him to do. The team is rolling. The Drake May is showing that he is MVP caliber. I don't think he's an MVP candidate yet, but he's caliber. He's playing at that standard, and the rest of the team is just playing great. So I'm happy. And Henderson, oh my God!
I gotta disagree with you on 2 things.
Go ahead. This is why we got the show.
The Justin Fields thing. I was getting ready to disagree with you, but then I saw the direction you're going. I thought you were going to go into the direction that he doesn't have any wide receivers to throw it to. And this is where I was going to say everybody likes to go to numbers when you talk sports, and I get that. Mm-hmm. Numbers is going to back you up. Numbers is a great reference. However, sometimes you have to look at the context of the numbers. And if you watch these Jets games, Justin Fields does not hit the wide receivers where they need to be hit. He throws behind them. He either throws behind them, throws over them, underthrows it. He's just not. I don't think he's just an NFL quarterback. I hate to say it.
And he's impatient. He runs too fast.
He doesn't read his options, and he holds on to the ball too long. There's too many negatives when it comes to him as a quarterback. I don't know and I'm gonna bring a old name. Well, this might be old, but he played football when we were in high school. He might want to look into what's his name, Terrell Pryor, right?
Okay.
The quarterback. Remember, he came from Ohio. Was he from Ohio State and wasn't working out for him as a quarterback, and kind of shifted to wide receiver. He tried to play with. Maybe he needs to do that. That's one. And then the Drake May thing about what you said, he was a MVP contender or
caliber. He's playing to MVP caliber.
I'll say this. He should be MVP, a contender for MVP, because he is leading the ship for a team that no one had them sniffing the playoffs, better alone leading the division. The way you guys' schedule's looking, you guys might have the number 1 seed going into the playoffs. And to be honest, brother, there's no strong candidate right now. There's no one running with it. Obviously, Josh Allen's having his struggles. Lamar was hurt. He's there's no real front runner. In the conversation of MVP, you can talk Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold. I don't think those guys are head and shoulders above of Drake May. So I actually think he's actually an MVP contender. And I know this is a Jets segment. However, the Jets don't give us much to talk about. That's why I disagree with you on that. But before we move on out of the Jets segment, because the show is already getting down, they are making a QB change. They're going to Tyrod Taylor. So I think this is the official end of the plug for Justin Fields. You might as well just go with Tyrod. At the end of the day, the Jets, I don't think the Jets will get in that 1-2 range in the draft. So they're going to get a good pick. You might as well be entertaining. Put the better quarterback on the field.
I agree.
You got anything to say before we wrap up this segment, brother?
Let's go Patriots.
Let's go. I'm not saying that. I almost said that too.
I don't want you to. I don't want you to. I don't want you to jinx us.
I'm not saying that. I can't stand.
You can't stand that region.
Bostonians, bro. Like,
Yeah.
and they were showing it too. They were showing like the hype video, and because they're good now, and it's like, bro, I can't watch that. I can't, and it just sucks because the Jets, you know, the Jets don't help it. Like, the Jets don't help it at all. You know what I mean? So whatever. But let's move on because we got some national football stuff to talk about. We didn't get into water cooler talk last week, but we're getting there now. Let's get into it. This is water cooler talk. All right, y'all, this is Water Cooler Talk. This is where we hover around the water cooler. We have a sip of our waters, and we talk about what's going on around the globe. Brother, I want to talk about something, because there's a particular game that caught my eye, that caught everyone's eye. It was a big game. It was a Sunday night football game between the Detroit Lions and the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, obviously, this is a preview. This could be very much a preview of what the NFC Championship could look like. You said this earlier in this season of season 2. You talked about Dan Campbell and the man's risk and him always taking the shots. And I've come to the conclusion. I think you've already came to this conclusion, but now I'm meeting you here. And this is your team. I know you picked this team to make the Super Bowl. Dan Campbell is going to be the reason, if not the reason now. I think the Detroit Lions will never make the Super Bowl. His reckless play calling is the reason why they're going to lose. I think he went for it on 4th down 6 times against the Eagles on Sunday night. 3 of those were while they were in field goal range. And I've watched the NFL. I've watched a lot of Red Zone on Sunday because I didn't elect to watch the Giants at 1 o'clock, brother. I usually watch the Giants 1, and then I'll Red Zone it for the 4 o'clock games for the most part. I guess apparently nobody wants to kick the ball anymore once they get to if they're in their 40 and then the opponent's territory, they're not kicking the ball anymore. And my thing is, okay, you can get away with that, Detroit, when you're playing a New York Giants, which they're going to play this week. Or you're playing a whack team. But when you're playing a team like the Eagles, a team that you should win because you never know if you guys finish with the same record and you have to go to the tiebreaker that's going to decide home field. You have to take the points when you have the opportunity to. And I think that was the sole reason why they lost. People want to blame the pass interference with a minute and some change to go, but you got to look deeper into that game. They had 3 opportunities to kick the ball when that game was stuck, I think, at 13-6 for a very long time. They had 3 opportunities to kick the ball, and they didn't. They continued to go for 4th down, and you would tell, like you would think that after the second go around, you don't get it. All right, let's just start kicking the ball if we get in field goal territory, and you still elect to go for it on 4th down and fail.
And this is the thing that I get it. Like, people love Dan Campbell. He's a player's coach. He makes headlines just of his play style, the way he talks and everything. But sometimes players' coaches don't always mean that you're going to get to the promised land. And the promised land is to win a Super Bowl. And everybody loves the player coach. Everybody loves how he riles up and, I want to run through a wall for him. I can imagine Scatterbo playing for this guy. He would look like the juggernaut. But there's something to be said about, like, players coaches don't always get you far. It's fun to play for, but that's it. Because when it comes to the actual game and how it needs to be played, there are too many times where you're just like, you're going for it when you shouldn't. You can win this game, but you decided, like, let's be flashy. And you guys have a great team constructed around you. You have Jahmyr Gibbs. You have Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jameson Williams. You have Laporta, who's on the IR.
He had a nice game, Jameson Williams.
Yeah. Laporta's on the IR. And
Laporta's on the IR now.
Yeah. And you made Jared Goff. Yeah, and you made Jared Goff resurge again onto this team. But there are times that you just need to learn. And at the cost of losing Ben Johnson, right? You see the offense is a little bit different from last year, but there are moments that you're just like, wow, this is still an electric
definitely not
offense.
using Montgomery. I don't like that part.
Right.
You know, obviously,
so
balling out though. Yeah.
I don't get like they're not going to get there. Like unfortunately, this was my Super Bowl pick, and I'm fine with being wrong. They're not going to get to the Super Bowl because this is the way
I'll
that
let
they
you
play.
get a switch because I switched mines and I kind of want to switch again. But
I think I'll make my switch during the pick to the week. But
okay. All right. I'm eager to see who you got. I think I got a feeling I know who you might go with. But all right. Go ahead.
Yeah, but I'm just the Lions will not get there because of their coach, and
yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't see him also being fired anytime soon. So I just see a potential being wasted on this team as well because I don't see that coach going anywhere, and I don't see players. I see players wanting to stay.
Yeah, but you're gonna have when you hit that fork in the road, you're gonna have to if this team fails to make the Super Bowl again. It's kind of like with the Knicks with Thibodeau, where when Thibodeau got there, Thibodeau built a foundation where they became a laughingstock of the franchise to then expectations started getting built off their success. Detroit was the lucky goal story a couple years ago. People kind of gave them a break last year because they built through a lot. They battled through a lot of injuries on the defensive side of the ball. However, I don't think you're gonna get those sympathy, passes this season. He's gonna have to smarten up because if not, they're gonna be sent home earlier than expected, and then you're gonna have to really evaluate whether this guy is the proper coach to lead them to the top.
And that, I'm sorry, just real quick thing about him as well. This is also affecting your future. So let's say they let you go from the Lions. What team is going to look at you and be like, you know what, we want you as a head coach?
Yeah.
You haven't learned from your mistakes, and you keep making them week after week after week. Don't get me wrong, you guys are still having a winning record, but you're winning against bad teams. You need to win against the good teams to show us why you get to the promised land.
And right now, the way the Bears are playing, the Bears looking good right now to win this division. And, obviously Green Bay has not looked as sexy as we thought after the pounding they gave Detroit in week 1, but they're still winning games. So it's a tough division where I think that game against Philly, they had it, but his coaching decisions cost them that game. But brother, let's move on to another team, but not maybe it's just a team, but just more the star players. We got Spitgate 2, brother. Don't know if you saw it, but Jamar Chase spits in Jalen Ramsey's face when the Bengals played the Steelers. Obviously, unfortunately for Jalen Ramsey, he got kicked out of the game. And the thing that gets me is that Jamar Chase, in his post-game show, his interview, this man looked at the camera and said he did not spit on him. Now, he's a great football player. And I want to assume because he went to LSU, right? He went to LSU, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's a smart guy, brother. Our podcast that we shoot from our home is 1080, 4K, right? It's 4K, right? What the hell you think films NFL cameras, brother? You know what I mean? So you go out there and lie, bull-faced lie, and go, I didn't spit. Brother, there's 4K cameras, dog.
There's
that
8K
can
on those
ultra
fields,
zoom
too.
and see you spitting in the guy's face. Like, I just, I don't get it. It's disgusting. I'm going to be honest. He got suspended the game. I thought it should have been 2. This is the second time this has happened now this season with guys spitting on each other's face. It's disgusting, man, and I'm not with that. And I'm a big Jamar Chase fan, but I'm not with that.
Yeah, with when it comes to Jamar, I lose respect for people who do that. Like, if you're a man, to me, there's certain things, we're out of the whole patriarchy and what men need to be or whatever, but there are certain things that you don't do. And at this day and age, you're spitting on a man in the court, on the field, That's just as low as you can get, because that just tells me you think of me as low as you can think of me, and that's fine. You could think of me as
100%.
trash. We're competing against each other. We can be spicy, but the fact is that you're willing to do something like that. That's just the ultimate form of disrespect. Outside of other things, but as far as like right there, confrontational, that's the disrespect to me.
I agree.
I lose respect instantly for that. Now, I'm not saying like I won't cheer for him when he's on my fantasy team, but as far as a man, like I just don't look at him and be like, yeah, you're respectable.
Yeah.
We are easy to judge because this is the when it comes to media, and I'm not saying we are big media, but we're some form of media. It's easy for us to judge players for the mistakes that they make. And it's not to say that he can't redeem himself. But the fact is that you lied about it on top of that. You could have been like, you know what?
That's my thing, right.
I made the mistake. I made a mistake, and then that's it. But no.
You could tell he knew he messed up, right? Because when Ramsey grabbed his face mask, he literally didn't do anything. So if you knew you didn't do anything and somebody just all of a sudden attacks, grabs your face mask and all that, you're gonna come at them on some, yo, what do you like? What's up? You know what I mean? So it's despicable. I thought maybe he should have got 2 games, honestly, because of fantasy purposes. My man Joe got him, and I'm facing him 3 weeks from now. I wish he would have got a 3-game suspension, but it's all right. But I didn't like that. One last thing, brother, in the NFL. What, you got something to say? You looking at the Deuce dunk?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Deuce, and it's exactly what we talked about this week in Knicks. Right now, like you guys already know, we film Monday nights. Deuce McBride is having a big game right now. And right now, Deuce and Mikel are having big games. I want to move on to one last thing with the NFL, and I want to talk about the AFC West. This team that I've been rooting and defending for, and defending, for in a lot of football arguments and debates. The Chargers, I am starting to look at, and I'm taking a step back on them, because every time I think that they are the slept-on, most underrated AFC team, they tell me why they're not, and they tell me why they are who they are. That was a pitiful performance in Jacksonville. One of the worst defenses in the league, and you only dropped 6 points. They just played with no fight. And you're in a division where not only do you have the reigning AFC champions in the Chiefs, you have a Denver team that just seems to never lose now. And you have a resurging Baltimore Ravens. You already have a dominant Patriots, Indianapolis, and you have the Bills. You cannot lose games like that if you want to make the playoffs. And another team that I want to ask you a question, brother, are those Kansas City Chiefs. They lost. They're 5-5 now. Do we think that the Chiefs will miss the playoffs?
Okay, so at the current moment, I'm looking at the standings, right? The Denver Broncos are 9-2, Patriots 9-2, Indianapolis Colts 8-2, Pittsburgh 6-4, Buffalo Bills 7-3, Los Angeles 7-4, Jacksonville Jaguars 6-4, Texans 5-5, and the Chiefs 5-5. And they are 9th place as of this moment. Mm-hmm. Brother, can they squeak in? Absolutely. It's still Patrick Mahomes. It's still this team. It's still Andy Reid. But just because you can squeak in doesn't mean everything. And I know some teams get a hot streak at the end of the year, and people love it because it leads into momentum and all this stuff that comes into it. But if you've been playing like trash all year and you've just been getting by, and some things have been unfavorable on the calls and stuff like that, that can only get you so far. So I don't know if the Chiefs actually make it. I wouldn't be surprised because they're a team with a dynasty. But, brother, these other teams are playing good. And you know which is going to be the measuring stick for me? They play the Colts this week.
Ooh.
And we'll make our pick in just a few. But that's the measuring stick. That tells me, all right, do you go 6-5 or you go 5-6? That's a big thing going into this in week 12.
And I think they're at a position now where
you can't lose that.
I don't think they can drop games. I don't think they can. So That's a tough one. Before we wrap up water cooler talk, it was announced, I believe it was on Monday, that Jake Paul, it was finalized, Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua for December. This is not an exhibition. This is going to be a legit 8-round, they said 8-round, 3-minute fight at 245. Anthony Joshua cannot be heavier than 245. So I'll give you this. I've had this conversation at work. This is what I want to see with Jake Paul. You want to be taken serious? This is it. This is the first time that I'm actually looking at a Jake Paul fight like, okay, you win this, bro, you got all my respect. Because not only are you fighting a boxer, you're fighting a legit world champion that's active. You're not fighting another up-and-comer. You're not fighting an MMA guy. You're not fighting an NBA player or a senior citizen. You're fighting a legit world champion that it's active. Now, I do think that's a death wish because Anthony Joshua, although I think I've always thought he was overrated, he's still a world champion. And his size and his power is going to be very difficult and unlike anything Jake Paul has ever fought against.
When you say overrated, put some context into that. It's against the competition that the competition he's going against.
Well, yeah, in his weight class, he wasn't better than Tommy Fury. He wasn't better than Usyk. He got upset by Andy Ruiz. I didn't think he was even better than Deontay Wilder. I thought if he ever fought Deontay Wilder, I thought Deontay Wilder could have beaten him. So that's what I'm saying. Like he's been, because he fought overseas a lot. I felt like he didn't fight a lot of competition out there. You know what I mean? And that's how he got his name. And so I thought he was a little overrated in his division.
Right. So you say overrated in that context, but listen to the names that you just listed. These are not the type of caliber players boxers that Jake Paul has fought. So when the level of competition has literally increased by like tenfold for him at this point.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
And would I love to see Jake Paul lose? Absolutely, because I can't stand him in the world of boxing, and I hate what they've done to the sport, and how much disrespect has been brought to it in the sense of like people are throwing fights for money, and I believe that to be true.
Well, that's a conversation now with this fight.
Yeah.
They want to see is Joshua in the fix? Is he gonna hold some punches in that? So
we'll see, because you need to redeem yourself at this point, and you cannot lose to Jake Paul. If you're Joshua, you cannot lose to Jake Paul in this one because it's over for you. It's over. Forget boxing. Go wrestle. Go wrestle.
I think Anthony Joshua cannot lose to Jake Paul. But I'll tell you this: if Jake Paul wins, and it looks legit, it looks as if, Anthony Joshua legit tried, and Jake Paul got the best of him. Then I gotta give him my respects for that because, like I said, he's a legit active world champion boxer. Yep. I gotta give him credit for that. But brother, we got some picks to make because we're heading into week 12 of the NFL season. So let's get into it. This is NFL Picks of the Week. All right, y'all, this is NFL Picks of the Week. We don't need to look at the scoreboard because I'm down. But a new week is a new opportunity to get back up in the scoreboard. Brother, let's get things started. We got the Thursday night matchup tomorrow night. We got the Buffalo Bills heading down to Houston to take on the Houston Texans. I'm going Buffalo in this one. I don't think there's any reason to explain it other than Josh Allen.
Yeah. And right now, Buffalo is favored as the 5.5 favorites. And bro, you know how I feel about this Houston team. Like they happen to be in the playoff picture as of now, but they're not good. So, if anything, this is the game that I need Josh Allen to score another 40 points for me, please.
Yeah, I think he will. I think he can against Houston. Then we go to the Sunday games. We have Pittsburgh, which at Chicago. Even I know Aaron Rodgers hurt his left hand. Even if he was playing, I'm going with Chicago. I'm going to rock with the hot hand. I'm taking Chicago in this matchup.
I kind of wish that Aaron Rodgers was playing because remember he used to be the owner of Soldier Field.
Yeah.
And just to see if they get their lick back against him. I got Bears in this one.
Throwing hands, so hopefully it's something where, he can play, but you just never know.
For Bears fans, I hope that he plays and they get their lick back. So Bears in this one.
Bears in this one. All right, so then we got New England and Cincinnati. Road game, but honestly, New England is who their record are. They're a good team. Good defense. They're gonna make things really difficult for Joe Flacco, and they're -8.5, so that's a big spread. And I'm gonna go with ESPN bet. I'm taking New England.
Yeah. We beat the Jets, and now we're on to Cincinnati. I got New England. They got no Jamar Chase, so T. Higgins is going to be focused on, and I don't think they get it done.
That's right. Yeah, with Chase being suspended, that's right. Yep. Yeah, that is very true. So you got the Patriots. All right, so let's move on to Detroit. Detroit's hosting against my New York Football Giants. I don't know if we get Dart back. Hopefully we do. Even if so, I don't think even with Dart it's enough. We'll make it competitive because with Dart, the Giants do make it competitive. I'll say, but we'll lose to Detroit.
Yeah, I got Detroit getting there. Trying to get their revenge, not revenge, but just trying to come back strong against the performance that they had last week. Unfortunately, against your Giants, bro.
Yeah. No, they got to get back. And then we got a division game. We got Minnesota at Green Bay. I'm going Green Bay. I just don't like what I see at the quarterback position in Minnesota. It's on the road. I'm going Green Bay with that defense. I think they're going to be able to create a lot of turnovers on J.J. McCarthy.
Yeah, I got Green Bay in this one. Unfortunately, Josh Jacobs got hurt, and he ruined my parlay.
And he might miss this game, though. He might.
Yeah, he might miss a few. And J.J. McCarthy is showing why they should have never let go of Sam Darnold and Justin Jefferson. I wouldn't be surprised if he's asking for a trade by the end of this season or in the offseason.
I could see that. And speaking of Sam Darnold had a crappy game, 4 interceptions against the Rams. So he's going to look to bounce back as we got the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Tennessee Titans. This just looks like a Smith and Jigba 30-point fantasy game. So I'm hoping that's the case. I'm going with Seattle.
So, brother, right now, if you were in Tennessee, you could go to this game for as low as $19. That's what ESPN is telling me. So that's how bad the Tennessee Titans are right now.
That's bad.
so I got Seattle in this one. Also, shout out to the defensive player. I don't have your name off the top of my head right now, but the one who basically Sam Darnold said that this game was on me. I played horrible, and the defensive player said, "No, we keep letting you down, so this is on us." That's leadership. No. Giants players, please take accountability and learn from that.
Yeah, 100%. Let's move on. We got the Colts and the Chiefs. You touched on this game, brother. Right now, the Colts are sitting as a 3.5-point favorite. This is home against Indianapolis. This is gonna be a good game. Obviously, Indianapolis can run the ball big time, but the Chiefs' defense is good. I'm gonna go with the Chiefs because the Chiefs are at home. I'm going Chiefs.
I'm gonna go with this one because I think the Colts' defense is better.
And the Colts?
Yep, and they're coming off a bye week, so they're rested.
The Heat is on an 18-5 run. They're up 10 with 3:09 to go. Yeah, I knew that. I'm happy I didn't go to that game. Then we got the Jets at Baltimore. Easy for me. Baltimore,
we get to see two quarterbacks who should have been running backs go off against each other, but one of them is actually really good at passing too.
Right. Then we got Cleveland and Vegas. This is going to be interesting because I believe Shedeur Sanders will be starting this game. And the Raiders had an opportunity to get Shedeur Sanders in the draft. They were rumored that they were going to get him, so this might be. I'm going to go with Baby Prom. I'm picking Shador Sanders and the Cleveland Browns for this game.
And I would love for Baby Prime to show off to this guy why they should have drafted him over there in the Raiders. I got the Browns in this one as well. The Raiders are not good. And Pete Carroll, I just count your days until you're gone because you haven't shown anything.
Yep. That was just another bad move. And then I'm pretty sure he pitched for that Geno contract, and it just didn't fair. Then we got Jacksonville versus Arizona. Jacksonville is a 2.5 favorite. I'm down, so I got nothing to lose. I'm picking Arizona because I do think Jacksonville is coming off a high of beating the Chargers. I think they're gonna lay an egg and lose to Arizona.
So I got Jacksonville in this one, just because I like them better than the Cardinals right now. Though Jacoby Brissett is balling.
Jacoby Brissett is balling, yeah.
If I'm the Cardinals, we sit down Murray. Get rid of this guy already as soon as you can.
Yeah, I think they let him go. And then the draft is supposed to be heavy quarterbacks. So I could see them drafting. I could definitely see them drafting the quarterback. Then we have another division rivalry. We have the Philly versus Dallas. I just traded for Jalen Hurts on my fantasy team, so I'm hoping he has a big game. And I can't see why he can't. The Dallas defense is not that good. I'm going Philly.
Yeah. So as I said earlier, I was going to change my pick, and my pick for the Super Bowl this year will be for the NFC, the Philadelphia Eagles. The Philadelphia Eagles. They have just been showing me, like, granted, all the offensive struggles that they've been having where, like, they're not getting the ball to A.J. Brown, doesn't matter. At the end of the day, this team will get it together. They will be there
at the
playoff.
All ways, man. They win in all ways. Like we said, they can do a shootout. Don't let the low scoring fool you. They can do a shootout and
you held one of the best receivers. You held one of the best receivers to 2 receptions and 46 yards in that game. You showed you could get it done. Yeah, Jameson Williams scored. He did great that game, but granted, the Eagles keep showing how they can win. Unfortunately, we hate Nick Sirianni.
Then we got a game that no one's going to watch. We got Atlanta versus New Orleans. Funny enough, New Orleans is right now the favorite, 2.5. Obviously, Penix is officially on the IL. He's out for the season. Is he out for the season or is he just on the IR?
I think he's going to be out for a little bit.
IR.
Yeah.
But even if so, Kirk Cousins is going to be playing. Drake London may not play this game either. I don't know. He's got a hurt knee. I'm gonna go with Atlanta. I'm gonna go with Bijan Robinson. I'm going Atlanta. I'll just go with Atlanta.
My consistent Atlanta Falcons. I go with you this week because this New Orleans sucks.
Yeah. Then you know what? If you're going with Atlanta, just for the sake, I need to make up ground. I'm going with New Orleans. Then I'm gonna go with New Orleans. Just because I got to make up ground, I'm going with New Orleans. So I'll do that. And then we got a Sunday night game, and this is going to be a goodie, man. I think this can arguably be an underrated NFC matchup. Tampa Bay versus the Rams. Now, Tampa has been, obviously, we talk about teams that benefited from their schedule. Tampa right now, with their injuries and just the teams they've had to play back-to-back, having to play you guys at home, then to go to Buffalo. Now you got to go to L.A. and play a hot team. Although the Rams' offense did slow down a bit this past Sunday, they're still a good team, and this is gonna be a really good game. But I'm gonna go with the Rams.
In this game, I got the Rams as well. I know we you want some separation here, but I'm gonna go with the Rams.
Nah, yeah.
The Bucks have a great line, and you can see, injuries are catching up.
To them.
I'm sure they're missing Mike Evans. I'm sure they're missing Bucky White, but you can see that this offensive line is putting up numbers with their running backs. So kudos to that. You have some promise to look forward to in your future, but not this game.
And the Knicks brought it to 2, so the Knicks are on, I think, a 7-0 run or something like that.
So you'll get a live reactions.
Yeah. Oh, man. Blockish. Ooh, almost cursed. Yeah, and then we got the Monday night game. We got Carolina at San Francisco. which funny enough may not be such a bad game. Carolina, they're winning games. I think Bryce Young played arguably his best game of his career this past Sunday. But San Fran looks like they're starting to get healthy. They got Purdy back. Kittle, McCaffrey's balling. I'm going to go with San Francisco. I don't like Carolina's still a young team, so I don't think they're going to be able to win that style of, those games. Like after a while when you become good, then you learn how to win those games on the road like that. Yes, Cat, let's go. Cat just hit a 3.
Yep.
113, 114 with 22.4 seconds to go. Obviously, the Knicks is probably going to have to foul. Try to get a steal, then foul, and then they'll have an opportunity. But big 3 from Cat. But brother,
I got San Francisco in this one, by the way.
Who you got? There we go. You got San Francisco on that. And then the teams on the bye this week is Denver, Miami, LA Chargers, and the Commanders, which I'm happy because I'm actually going against I was going against A-Chain this week, so I avoid him. So that's good in fantasy for me, in fantasy purposes. So that's really good. But brother, we're going to get into a highlight of the week. And this is a highlight of the week that I've never done on this show. This one, it was a good highlight. It was a good highlight. However, I did see better ones. And if it was any person that, like, this highlight wouldn't have won. But this is personal for me. So let's get into it. This is a highlight of the week.
He's on fire!
All right, y'all. Highlight of the week. And look, I'm going to have Dave put it because I do feel bad because this dunk would have won highlight of the week any other week. And that's Trey Mann post a dunk on Miles Turner. Super producer Dave is going to put it here. That's not the highlight of the week. That's not. It would have been any other week. But highlight of the week is going to Victor Wembanyama of the San Antonio Spurs because he did two things. He did back down from that fake bully Draymond Green who tried to bully him. And then right after, this is basketball God's karma. Lighting Draymond Green's ass because right after he tried to bully him, what does Victor Wembanyama do? Catch an inbound for the alley-oop and dunk it on top of his ass. That's what he did. But the refs bailed out. They bailed out Draymond Green. They tried, I don't know if they had called it a foul, that Draymond fouled him before the dunk or whatever the case may be. That was a bunch of crap. They ruined a good play, but you know what? That didn't stop us from putting highlight of the week. Draymond Green got posted after he tried to be a fake tough guy. And then, you know what, brother? Did you see the clip of Draymond Green talking to the fan in his face because the fan kept calling him Angel Reese? Yeah, because you know why? He kept missing layups and grabbing his own rebounds. So the guy kept calling him Angel Reese. And, eventually he's like, oh, I got tired of it. He was calling me a woman. I got 4 kids. Bro, you know first of all, that's a creative banter that I felt like is not disrespectful. That's not no way he's calling you. There's no way he's getting personal. He's calling you Angel Reese because you're a scrub. That's why. You know what I mean? And and then he goes on his pod, and I know this is highlight of the week, and we're just supposed to just share this highlight. But he goes on his pod, and then he makes fun. He makes light of the moment, like, hey, yeah, I tried to call Wemby, like he's small, blah, blah. Like, no, he tried to make light of it because he knew everybody was clowning his ass because Wemby dunked on his ass. And
that's you know what? Some people may say, be like, kudos for taking it on the chin or whatever, but it's only, you know why I feel like he reacted that way as well, brother? Because it didn't count. Because it didn't count. Right. I don't think he would be having the same reaction if it counted, because then you have a real reason for people to just keep playing this dunk over and over and over and over again. The bully got bullied, and the alien is showing why we are happy to see him ball out. The Spurs are on the come up, and I saw your Twitter. I don't think the Warriors have the ability to sustain this all season.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't. From the games that I've seen, it's taking a lot of heroic efforts from Curry for them to win, and I just don't think that's sustainable for a full season. All right, the Knicks got 19 seconds to go. They're down 1. Deuce McBride, they're down 2. Deuce McBride misses. Karl Anthony Towns a rebound. Oh, whoa, no goaltend. No goaltend. Did they call it a goaltend? All right, they're going to review the goaltend call. First of all, Jalen Brunson, you guys are getting a live play-by-play right now. This is something that we might do we might do this in the near future with the Ozone. But Brunson went for a shot. Karl Anthony Towns got the rebound, and then it went up. It kind of looked like it was on the way down. Khalil Ware.
Brother Brunson?
This is going to be a good angle right here.
Deuce,
That's coming down. That's coming down.
Brother,
That is coming
you keep saying
down.
Brunson.
That's going to be goaltend. That's going to be, they signaled it goaltend. That's coming down. That's coming down.
I just want to make a correction real quick as Omar's good doing his play-by-play. Brunson's not playing. That was Deuce McBride.
Yeah, I said Brunson.
Yeah.
You know why? Because they showed Brunson, and I was like, Brunson's running, and Brunson supposedly got a sprained ankle, and he out here wrestling with Jordan Clarkson on the bench. Right now, they're reviewing it. Yeah, it's 1:15 remaining. 1:15, it's 13.2 seconds to go. They counted it as goaltend, so obviously conclusive evidence have to show to overturn it, but it looked like it was coming down. That's one thing. It did look like it was coming down. I think it got to stand because it was with goaltending. It got to go up. If the ball's on its way up and he blocks it, but you could tell it already reached its axis and it went down, and that's where Khalil blocked it. So, but then my thing is, I think the Knicks have possession. So if they don't rule it a goaltend, do they then just jump ball? I don't know. I don't know the situation. I don't know. But right now they're reviewing it. But guys, we need you guys. Yo, we've been getting our subscribers up, and I want to thank you guys. You guys are sharing the wealth. We got a lot of followers on Twitter as well. Everybody showing love to the Ozone. Guys, look, you saw how the Jalen Brunson news popped up during recordings, and you guys need to be tapped in with us. So in order to do so, Aaron Judge won. We were on it this week. We were on it with our news with Aaron Judge and winning the MVP. And we didn't even talk about that, brother, but shout outs to Aaron Judge for winning the MVP. And let's see, did they count it? I don't have my thing on. Oh, no. From Mike Brown's reaction, doesn't look like they did.
Yeah.
Hold on. So what is it? Nope, so they didn't rule it a jump ball. They're going to do a jump ball at center court, which is a bunch of crap. I thought it was going down. I thought it was on the way down. That's going to be a tough one now. Khalil Ware does have the height advantage over Towns. So,
brother, real quick. So while we're waiting for this,
hold on. Deuce got it. Hold on, 11 seconds. Deuce is on it. Deuce is speeding. Deuce to the basket. Deuce a floater. Up and in. No. Towns the rebound. Towns the fadeaway. Rolls in and out. Oh, and the Heat win it. Oh, man. Towns had a look and rolled in and out. The Heat win 115-113. That's a tough one. That is, oh, man. And now that stupid narrative. They can't win on the road. That's going to be the new one now. Before it was we couldn't beat the good teams. Now is we can't win on the road. Deuce had a good look. He had a high archer. Then Towns, he did the fadeaway. That one rolled right in and out. And, yeah, the Knicks fall 115-113 to the Heat. Damn.
brother, real quick, before you bring it home and give everyone where they can follow us, brother, one more thing. It's now been a year since we've been recording.
It's been a year since the pilot. Been a year. So we are, what is it, 48 episodes? In between season 1 and 2. So shout out to you guys. You guys have made it happen. Obviously from the pilot, so now, we're still continuing to grow. So, by doing that, by continuing to support guys, is by following us on our social media platforms. We're available on TikTok, Twitter, IG, Threads, and Reddit. My mom just texted me. She said bad loss. Yeah, that was a tough one. I wouldn't say it was a bad loss. It's a tough one. You got two guys out. I wouldn't say it's a bad loss. It's a tough loss. Yeah, brother, it's 1 year, guys, and we're not stopping. We have a jam-packed episodes ahead. Dave and I, remember, guys, we still got, a special Thanksgiving episode that we're gonna air. Obviously, we're gonna have an episode on Wednesday, and let's preview the Thursday games. Let's preview the Thursday night, the Thursday Thanksgiving games, brother. We can do that for the folks. And obviously, guys, we'll continue to talk what we got. But then also, next Friday, we have our Survivor Series preview show. And that's starting to shape up. They just announced it on Monday that Dominic Mysterio is going to be defending his Intercontinental... he's going to try to get his Intercontinental title back against John Cena. We now know that Drew McIntyre is going to be teaming up. I don't even know if they're still called. I don't know what that faction was called, Seth Rollins. What Division? I don't know if they're still calling themselves Division. But obviously, McIntyre is going to be teaming up with Bronson Reed. I was going to say Action Bronson. Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, and who's the other guy? Oh, Logan Paul. So Survivor Series is shaping out to be a good show. And obviously, guys, this weekend is, I think it's AEW Full Gear is this Saturday.
I think so
it's
too.
this Saturday. So, you guys could tap into that. If something crazy were to happen, Dave and I will cover it because, we cover wrestling as well.
Now, brother, I do want to say something real quick before we just end it real quick. I just want to say real quick to everyone, thank you for supporting us. This is not something that me and Omar do because we're getting paid for it. This is something that we do because not only do we like talking to each other, you're my best friend. You've been here for over 20 years, and you're going to continue to be in my life for another 20 to 30 more, whatever the timeline is. As long as we are alive, we are friends. But we do this because you guys support us. You guys show the love, and we understand that you guys are watching the videos. You guys are doing the sharing. You're doing everything, and we continue to ask you to continue sharing, continue showing us love, support, and we appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart, from bottom of Omar's heart. We just want to thank you one more time. It's a year going, and we're going to do this as many years as we can.
No, for sure. And then, there's so much, especially, we know that, what we're doing, there's so many people in this space. You know what I mean? So shout out to those. And I'm watching y'all. I know who's the ones that's reposting our stuff. I know who the ones that, that are showing love, that are watching our episodes, that are subscribing, that are out there even putting people on to our stuff. You know what I mean? So big shout outs to you guys. And for our friends that are not doing that, we still love y'all for supporting us. And it doesn't matter. We're gonna get a subscriber day by day. You know what I mean?
And the metrics show us we got people watching in Canada. We got people watching in Vegas.
Yeah,
we got people
Bret Hart.
in
Shout out to Bret Hart. Shout out to Drake. Shout out to Justin Bieber. The Blue Jays lose.
At one point, I think I even saw Mexico pop up in one of our statistics.
I'm not gonna try to even try that.
Yeah.
We in sensitive times, brother. I'm not even gonna try.
But thank you for everyone who supports.
Shout outs to everyone who support. Remember, guys, jam-packed week next week. Tap in with your boys. Like, comment, subscribe. You know all the good stuff. And we holler at you next week where we deliver the fire. Peace.
Bridges to the streets, uptown blackout, season 2, ozone, NY heat, no doubt. This is the ozone, season 2, New York, forever drills, catch the vibe.